A little bit this way. I think that should be cool. We live or we live or we live? We live. What's going on? It's your boy as Hey, what's good? What's good? Hope everybody had a blessed weekend. Y'all know what today is. It is Thursday. So we up live in this piece. We up in here. Whew. I might have to go grab my fan or cut the air on real quick. What's good? What's good? Who we got in the building right now? Who we got in the building? Disney, you trying to creep up in the background. We ain't playing that. We got Icy Lambo. What up? What up? I need everybody who's joining in to give the video a huge thumbs up. Let's go. Hey, you feel me? That's what I'm talking about. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. What up, Icy Lambo? Appreciate you. It says, hope everybody had an amazing week thus far. For sure. I know if you haven't yet, hit the like button once you pull up. And man, it's Thursday. These days been going by quick. You feel me? It feel like it's been going super fast. Already Thursday. It seems like the week should be going. Look up, it's Friday again. Look up, Monday again. Like, bruh, hold up. Slow up, though. Slow up, though. Amazon. See if we got any updates with Uncle Jeff, you digs? But how's everybody's week been? My week was cool. It was cool, but it was challenging. We forever got some new stuff going on. Oh, that's why it's on Yahoo. I gotta change that. At the job on the corporate side, you forever got some new stuff you gotta learn. So that kind of sucks. But let's see, my bad, y'all. Like I'm starting to dislike it week by week, more and more, more and more, week by week for sure. On the corporate side, at least. All right, bet got that up. All right, so just did a little check real quick. I haven't heard of really nothing like new, nothing too crazy, no layoffs, nothing like that. I am working some OT this week, you dig? So I hope everybody's getting their OT out there. I'm getting mine. I didn't pull back to this thing. All right, back on the screen now. So, like I was saying, I hope everybody at least being, able to get some type of OT out there. I'm going on, you feel me, like the 4th month of some overtime before I had, since I had like a weekend off. It's been, it's been kind of gruesome, but gotta do it. You feel me? You gotta do it. Hold on, I might make y'all wait real quick because I need to go grab this fan. All right. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Hold on. You still say getting that water intake? That's a fact. Hold up, real quick. Woo, all right. New York in the background, so you know it's official. So you know it's official. You heard? Really? Whatever. All right. We up in here. All right, y'all. My bad. I just plugged something in. So I plugged it in. I'm gonna cut off. How cut off? Anyways, all right. What's the word, y'all? What's the word? What's the word? Who we got in the building, though? Who we got in the building? I might have to get up and cut that on. How'd that cut off? All right. I started sweating. You really don't start judging. All right, but get that water intake. Yeah, I've been kind of slacking on my water. I'm not even gonna lie. I definitely need to be drinking more water. I can't lie. Um, I've been back, or not for like a few weeks. I was doing energy drinks heavy, like almost every day. It's like I forgot that coffee exists. It's like, man, I should at least been drinking coffee instead. But I was going pretty heavy on them energy drinks, and I started feeling it. So, um, I've been way better. But when you drink that and you ain't drinking no water, man, that mug hits. Especially out here. I'm in Arizona, so I know we got this crazy heat out here in sun, so it hit different. So it's like, yeah, I've kind of been trying to make it a point to drink more water for sure. I don't drink enough still, but you need to. I need to for sure. Do I think tariffs might have a huge effect on workflow? Man, I think so. I ain't gonna lie. In my opinion, listen, we're not nobody's representative of the company. We're not spokesmen. This is just our experience. My opinion, I would think so. You know what I mean? I seen like some article where they gave the percentage of how many sellers and all this stuff or items come from overseas and all this stuff. And it was like a pretty high number, but I didn't want to look too much into it just because if I look too much into it, then I'm gonna have to talk about it. You know what I mean? I know, like I don't be, so I think it could, but if they're already in play, are we seeing differences already? You know what I mean? I can't, I haven't bought anything from Amazon like within the last few weeks that I could think of. So you guys are on there, I think probably more than me. What you think? Have you guys seen any prices go up? I would think so. You know what I mean? Like we buy and sell on there, so I would think so. But I haven't heard any outrage from the public or anything like that. So I don't know how it's rolling out so far. But I guess we'll see, right? Mercy, what up though? What up? Hope all is well. Good seeing you, Mercy. We got both Mercies in the building. You feel me? What up though to the squad? What up with y'all? Mercy. What's up? We got all the Mercies in the building. We got Mercy, Messy, and Mercy. What's good, Messy? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope everybody's well. What y'all doing? What y'all doing over there on the East Coast? This video making me miss New York for real. It's like right there in Sunset too. The New York sunsets was priceless. I still got a gang of videos I didn't post on my New York trip, but it was dope. Every day the sunset out there was fire. But I remember there was one day when the sun was setting, and then there's a park, not Bryant Park. It's another one. It's by the Chinatown out there, and like they had movies in the park while the sun was setting. Man, it was lit. It was super dope out there. I don't think nothing messes with the Arizona's sunset though. Arizona sunset is just different. You gotta see it. You gotta see it to see it. Mercy and Ivy, let's go. Icy. I know I was like Ivory. Who's Ivory? Oh man. Y'all been getting all rest? What'd you say? Messy, Mercy, and Mercy. Then there's SB. Your name needs to start with them. Nah, we good. You feel me? My name is good. Yo, I was low key not gonna come on tonight. I'm not even gonna lie. I was like getting some bomb rest. I was getting some fire rest, and I was like, let me get up. Let me get up. Let me get on this live real quick. So I hopped on here. But I hope everybody, have you guys been resting up, man? How y'all been doing? David Diaz, what's good with you? I'm a tier 1 associate thinking about doing the RME apprenticeship. I think so. I think that'd be a good look. I haven't really heard nothing bad about that. That sounds official. I would do it. I mean, and then it's all about your personal goals as well, and what you kind of, if you didn't really have plans to move up in operations in the warehouse, then run it. But even I think it's a good move though. I've always heard of army people getting paid pretty good, so that sounds pretty official. Are they a third party though? I'm not sure. Are they? Let me. Anybody know if they're a third party company? That's the only thing I would kind of consider or make me reconsider. It's like if they were a third party company. I'm not sure what if they are though. But that sounds dope, David. I hope you get that. I hope all goes well with that, my guy. Icy Lambo said, "What's for dinner? Soup, some soup, bomb soup. Nothing too crazy. I was finna get some Hawaiian barbecue, but actually, no. Tonight, nothing. Just water for tonight. You dig? But um, I was thinking about getting some Hawaiian barbecue though. Hawaiian barbecue is official. That's what I'm feeling for right now, low key. I'm kind of thinking about if I should change my mind and get some of that. Does sound better than water, you know what I mean? But um, yeah. What you having? What you having, Icy? Messi says, "Have you updated us on your move back to the warehouse? Is it still a possibility? Is it a possibility? It's always a possibility for sure. Each day that possibility grows more and more. You know what I mean? I don't like corporate. Like it's crazy because I'm almost getting to the part where it's like I'm at a dislike, like a high dislike for corporate. At least my position that I'm in, and that's where it's like that's kind of scary because if it continues to go that way, it's like I have to go then. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to hate my job, and it's like close to it. You know what I mean? It's like it's close. So it's a possibility for sure, but I'm trying to wait it out. Like, all right, maybe this is gonna change. And because we have a lot of stuff changing on the corporate side. Um, and right when I thought it was gonna change for the better, it's just like all this stuff. You know what I mean? It's so I'm hoping it gets better. I'm still trying to stick it out because it's not to the point to where I hate it. So if I don't hate it, I'm gonna stick it out. And then I have a lot to calculate. You know what I mean? I'm hourly. So if I go back to the warehouse, only thing hourly I guess there's the learning coordinator. That's an L4 hourly. Huh. Didn't think about that. But I don't know if I would want to do that. You know what I mean? Um, but I don't know because that's one thing I think about as well. The pay. I don't want to downgrade in pay. Because I don't think they're gonna let me keep my pay and then go back to like what is it called? PA. And if I go to it, I don't. You know what I mean? It's a lot of moving pieces. So I'm just hoping um, things kind of change for my good on corporate side because there's a lot of people that be chilling. And it's been like that since day one. Big chilling too. Corporate could be a stroll in the park depending on who you are. You know what I mean? Not for everybody, especially not for, for certain people, it seems like, but got to thug it out. You know what I mean? You got to keep your head up and keep the positive stuff going. But I just posted that clip from, it was, what's that thing called? It was just a reel I posted from one of the past videos where I was talking about if you hate your job though, why stay there? I don't hate it. But it was times where I got close, and that's scary. And who wants to be at something like that? But it's a whole lot. We're in a whole nother ball game right now. It's so much more to calculate. We're in new times, scary times, spooky times. You feel me? And it's just a whole lot to calculate. Every move needs to be calculated 12 times, looked over, revised, sent to the board to check. You feel me? So I'm just trying to stick it out and hope that things kind of move in my favor on the corporate side. So we'll see. We'll see what's up. Mercy says, SB, come on now. You need the batteries. I got like 10 of them in the house. I changed 3 of them last time. I think I literally have 8 in the house. I got 1 in this room, like 1 in the hallway. It's probably like 8, 9 in the house. Facts, like for real. The ones I changed last time, all of them didn't need changing. It was only like 3 of them. So the other ones is now chirping. You feel me? No next tail. Chirping with no next tail. If you know, you got to be a little older to know about the next tails. The next tail chirp. If y'all don't know about that, I feel old right now. No, I don't. But yeah, I do get those for sure. Good looking. Yep, yep. You hear it. I know you hear it. Double down. What's up, fam? What's good with you? Good evening. Good evening. Hope all is well. Hope all is swell. My fan cut off on me. Hope you doing good over there. Double down. Icy says, does corporate have more micromanaging in the warehouse? Absolutely. Facts. Well, hold on. Depending on who you are. Facts. Depending on who you are. But it's like the warehouse. Depending on who you are, I've seen you know what I mean? Like, I've seen certain people be micromanaged way more than others in the warehouse too. But on the corporate side, for sure. And it's, you know, the warehouse, there's people walking around and stuff, but it's way more, I think everybody's way more together in corporate, and it's way easier to just see to watch you right in the next lane. You know what I mean? So, but that's a fact for sure. I've seen it plenty of times. I low key wanted to record it one time because you know you're looking at the computer when people walk past, they low key walk past and be like, try to like eye and see what you're doing. Like, go do that to everybody else. What are you doing? You know what I mean? But it's just, you know what I mean? You just gotta be locked in. You know, you can't let that stuff move you. But yeah, with me, yeah. I have way more micromanagement being done to me on the corporate side than the warehouse. Factual. In my experience. You know what I mean? It's different for everybody else. Trust me, it is. There's people that's living the dream on the corporate side. You feel me? They don't, never mind. I just be like, must be nice. You feel me? There's some people living the dream. It depends on who you are. In my experience, from what I see. You cook jerk chicken. That's what's up. You like using jerk chicken, huh? You said that like on one of the few other episodes. You were saying you cook that. That's what's up. I don't think I've had jerk chicken. I'm not sure. I don't remember it if so. String beans, baked potatoes. That's what's up. That's what's up. Now having some homemade strawberry lemonade. Now that sounds bomb. I thought you had a in-home bird feeder. That's funny. All that chirping could have fooled me. Who has that? Who has an in-home bird feeder? Come on. Birds in the house? I guess. You feel me? It sound like that, huh? Oh, that's pretty funny. Now I think about it. It is pretty funny. That was pretty funny. Pretty funny. Am I L6? Nah, I'm a L4 hourly. L4 hourly. So no L6. I'm glad I'm not an L6 on the corporate side. That don't seem, you feel me? But shout out to all the L6s out there. But I'm an L4 at the moment. Messi says, how can you tell that you're getting more? Is there anything you can do about it? How can you tell that you are getting more? What do you mean? Getting more of what? Is there anything you can do about it? What you mean? Money? How can I tell I'm getting more money, or how can I tell I'm getting more bad taste about corporate, or not? I'm growing more just, you know, micromanagement. I'm very aware. You know what I mean? Like I'm just a person who observes. That's just like a habit that I have. I have a habit of observing everything for some reason. I don't know why. And it's hard to not notice when you see a totally different contrast for other people. You know what I mean? That's when it kind of makes it like, whoa, that's, you feel me? Like, that's what kind of makes it so it stands out to me. Certain things, I don't go places looking for stuff, but I'm aware when it happens. I'm aware when certain people never are doing anything and they talk all day, laugh and all that. It's cool for sure. Do your thing. But I'm aware of that. You know what I mean? I'm aware that these people don't ever do nothing. You know what I mean? Or if they do, it's very, very light. you know? And I'm aware when there's a certain people that's always getting the grunt work, you feel me, and getting the worst type of stuff. I'm aware of that, you know? So, um, and then if I always see people looking, I don't mind it because I do my job, you know what I mean? I do my job and I was raised like, yo, you can't do what everybody else does. Even if everybody else is lollygagging and all that, me, I can't do that because I'm just watched more. It just is what it is. But I've noticed it, you know. But then what makes me notice is when I get, you know, they look at every time they pass by me, but every time they pass by other people, they don't. You know what I mean? They don't. Why are you keeping your eyes on me? You know what I mean? That's cool. I'm doing my job, but it does make me wonder, you know? But that's just the reality of life. It is this is not something that just happens in the workplace. I mean, this is life, you know? But yeah, I'm what is it? Wells Fargo? They trying to get their black customers back. Bruh, what is this? What is up with all these weird commercials? All right. Is there anything I can do about it? No. I mean, there is. I'm sure there is. Like, you feel me? Like I can start questioning them, like, hey, because I'm very upfront. I would, but what is that gonna do? You know what I mean? That's not gonna do nothing but make my job harder, make the atmosphere more charged up than it needs to be. You know, so only thing that for me to do is I just do my job, cover my bases. You know what I mean? There's always going to be people, you know, if they don't want you around, or if they just feel some certain type of way about you, there's going to be people watching you. You know what I mean? But I've always been the one to just cover my bases. So that's all I can do, honestly, is cover my bases, and you have have thick skin, but you kind of grow to have that when that's your reality. When you deal with that a lot, you kind of just grow with that, you know. So nah, nothing. There is stuff I can do, but I don't think that'd be the best thing for me to do for a healthy um, work environment. You know, Mercy said, just eating some fresh fruits. Ooh, wait, that sounds bomb. Hope there's some pineapples in there. You got me some mangoes up in there. That sounds bomb. Don't really eat heavy food at night. Trying to do that clean eating crap. I feel that. I feel that. Nothing wrong with that. I think everybody needs to do that. All this food and processed food and GMO, all this stuff that they put into our foods, I think that's a good way to go. But even with fruits, though, you gotta watch out for GMO fruits and all that. We live in some crazy times. So, like, I think that'd be dope. Go buy some land on an island, not really an island, but somewhere, and grow your own food. That seems like the new American dream. Micromanagement, oh, for sure, for sure, for sure. With my experience, not everybody's. You know what I mean? Not everybody's for sure. For sure. There's some people not being micromanaged. You feel me? But that's the way life is. Life ain't fair. The workplace ain't fair. You know what I mean? It's funny. Well, not funny, but a lot of people always want stuff to be fair. And it should be. People should be treated equal. It ain't like that. The reality of life is it's not true. You know, and there's micromanagement for others. But yeah, definitely that happens. Do you miss the away team? I thought I did, but I had an opportunity to go on like 4 trips within the last 2 months. I didn't go. You know what I mean? Um, wasn't, you know, I wasn't, I was like, do I really want to go? Flight, you know, what's that thing? Per diem, everything. Um, but nah, I don't. I thought I did, but nah, I don't miss it. I don't miss it. I thought I did. I thought I did. I'm like, they were just talking about a new site that we can go to help them out. That partners with our corporate site, and I didn't even ask about it. I was like, oh, nah. You feel me? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't miss it though. Maybe if it was for the warehouse, but even then, probably not though, because you're gone for like a month in the warehouse. At least I was. Every away team I was gone for 21 days. That's a long time. You know what I mean? So, but no, I don't miss it. I mean, I probably wouldn't mind, but I literally didn't do. We had the opportunity on the corporate side, not. You know what I mean, so. But shout out. I think it's something that people should experience. So I think it's a dope experience. What's the highest you've seen? Is L12 the highest? I forgot. Something like that. I think is it 12? Man, I think that's like Jeff himself. You feel me? Or cousin Jassy himself. I can look because we have a thing in our on our phone tool that kind of shows you the levels and all that stuff. But I forgot. Like you can kind of go all the way up the chart to him. I just forgot what level, but I think he is. If anybody knows that, drop it in the comment section. I don't remember off top. SB, you get so sidetracked the commercials because there's some weird commercials, like a guy's head getting shaved by like a mini tractor. It looks like like a mini crop cutter. It's like, first off, what is that? What's going on with this head right here behind me? And why is that the commercial? Like, what's going on? Yeah, I did get kind of sidetracked, but it was interesting. It got me. Like, what is this? What is this? Was you hired as an L4 or got promoted to L4 by starting? Nah, I got hired on as a temp, white badge, not a temp, a white badge. As a white badge, entry level, tier 1, and inbound stow. Started from there. You know, I did the first thing they had me start doing the what's those things called? Like the water spiders and all that stuff, pallet runner, VRC, then went into ambassador, after ambassador, PG, after PG, PA, and then from PA, went over to outbound, did some away teams, then I went to the corporate side. So now it was a gradual move up. It's official financially, you know what I mean? It's cool, you know what I mean? Like, so I was able to do it, you know. So I went from the L1 to the 3 to the 4. And that's where I'm currently at. 4 hourly. Mercy says, man, I gained 15 pounds ever since I came to the States. That American diet, or not, yes, the diet, but the food. What's in our food? You feel me? I believe you. I believe you. But you in the warehouse. You feel me? Like you should be walking around. I'm surprised you gained 15 in the warehouse. When I was in the warehouse, look at my old thumbnails. I was super slim. Maybe just because I was a PA too, so I walked around all day. But yeah, I was like super slim in the warehouse, but fit, super fit, because I still went to the gym. But I can definitely see you gaining 15 pounds, or anybody. Our food is like something's up with the food for sure. Do you think it's because you like to do your work and go home? That could be one of the reasons, you know what I mean? But I think it's some other reasons too. I think that can be one. But there's a lot of people who you know what I mean, who like to do that. But I think that's one. I think that's like a minor thing. You know what I mean? I don't think that's like the major reason. What new site? I signed up for Daytona Beach. Word, okay. And ORF4 in Virginia Beach for your away team. That's what's up. Hopefully you get it. Hopefully you get that. That's what's up. The ones that we were going to, they weren't new launches. These were basically teams that were already established in our department that were transitioning. You know what I mean? So we weren't going for new launches, but it's still like it's not a away team what we were doing, but everything else is like it, except it's not a new building. We still fly out, we still get the per diem, you still get the rental car, and instead of being gone for 4 weeks, you would have been gone for 2 weeks, which is better. I like that better. You feel me? I like that better. 2 weeks instead of a whole month. But we weren't launching the buildings. You know what I mean? So. But hopefully Daytona Beach, that's what's up. Hopefully you get both of them. You feel me? I went on a few. So what, 4 away teams, if I'm not mistaken? So hopefully you get to take advantage of that. Have you went on any yet, Mercy? I don't know if you have, but if you have, yeah, you already know what it's like. Icy says, how long does one typically stay when it comes to an away team, and what do you usually do? I suppose extra help for new sites. while they're still hiring and pay for your hotel. Yeah. I've always stayed 3 weeks, 21 days. Most people stay there, but then they do have people who only stayed for like a week, 2 weeks. That was more so the minority of the people who went. Like that was more rare than people staying for a month. But yeah, people usually stay for 21 days. Um, they pay for your hotel, all that per diem, and then per diem back then was like $1,000. We get $999 for the 21 days. It was official too. You get your room, you got the little, you got a microwave, you got a refrigerator. It's like a little apartment. Like it's dope. I did some videos on it. If y'all ain't seen that yet, go see it. It's called something about the away teams, but you can see my hotel on there. I show the rental car and all that. It's official. I think it's a super dope work experience. Most people, like 95, 99% of people don't experience, I won't say 99, but at least probably like 95% of people in the workforce don't experience something like that. I never experienced something like that until I came to Amazon. Getting paid and flown out and rental car and per diem and a fire hotel. Nah, you feel me? Nah, I was new to this. But then became true to this. You feel me? So I love it. Super, super dope. Then you have, complimentary breakfasts, and the breakfasts was fire. And I work night shift. So right when I got off work, I would come to the hotel. It's time for breakfast. Get my breakfast, smash and tear it up in the hotel and pass out right after I finish eating. It was good. It was good. And then that's when I found out about DoorDash. You feel me? One of the homies, he's with me at corporate now. But he was on the third floor because we came from the same building. We were both LGB3 and we did BFL1 away team. And he seen me every day coming back with a Chili's bag because I was tearing Chili's up. The salmon with the rice, potatoes, loaded potatoes every day. I came back with a Chili's bag. And he was like, bro, he hit me on the ground, was like, bro, why don't you? I see you. I see you leave all the time for food. Why don't you use DoorDash, bro? They bring it to you. I said, man, I always hear about DoorDash, but I never tried it. And that's when I was introduced to DoorDash. And feel me, and started spending extra money with DoorDash. I didn't have to spend. Oh, but it was fun though. It was fun. Yeah, it's super fun. It's super dope. Do y'all get sad when it's time to leave? People did. They did. I did too. Did I? Nah, I didn't. It's sad. Nah, I think it's sad. Um, but yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? Because especially the people you're teaching, the new associates, like you do grow accustomed to them within that short period of time. But sad, some people, I guess, not me. I was like, hey, you know what I mean? Like, it was good knowing y'all. I gotta go back to, my building. But so now I never really was sad, but you know what I mean? You gotta let people go so they can grow their wings. Like I always felt proud when I left because my people was killing it. You know what I mean? Like I was like, all right, bet, let's go ahead and fly now. You know what I mean? Take what I taught you and take that to the next level. So I was always like, so it's never really sad. Even though, yeah, made new friends and all that stuff. And yeah, I was like, yeah. Not in a bad way, but it's just, you know what I mean? Like y'all gotta do what y'all gotta do now. And I was always I was mission minded, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm here for this away team, but I got a mission back in my building. I got to get, my whole mission. It was that L4, the management position. So it was fun, but fun had to come to the end because I got to get back to business projects that I'm working for in my own building. Like I got to get in position so I get into my L4 manager, L5, L6 ops. So, I was always mission minded. Like this was fun. But duty calls. And then I left the warehouse. Launched ORF2 and ORF3, but not as a away team. Yeah, it makes a difference with the away team. You know what I mean? Because then you're getting paid for it for sure. But it's still dope too when you're in a new building. At least one of the perks is like the volume is way lower at the beginning. You know what I mean? So the days is super chill. But the flip side is one of the flip sides I would think is it's probably not that much overtime though. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, that's dope though. That's dope. Double Down says you're gonna love the L4 traveling. Man, I turned it. I didn't do it. I don't think I'm gonna experience. I really don't want to do it no more. You know what I mean? It's just like not that I'm burnt out from traveling. I don't know why. I just was not excited when I recently had the opportunity to go. Maybe because it's due to my position. I do not like my position like that. Maybe that's why. That could be it. When I was a PA, I literally had a genuine love for that position. You know what I mean? When I was an ambassador, I had a genuine love for that position. My position, I don't like it at all. So I think that could be the reason why I wasn't too excited to go. But I don't think so because that's 10% local, not 10%, probably 50% of the trip. Yeah, that's a big percent. But it's so much other stuff to factor in when you're talking about a away team to enjoy that you can sometimes look over that. So I don't know. But I don't think I'm gonna do it. I'm just so what's the word? I'm like just not invested on the corporate side. You know what I mean? I think I just don't any extra curriculum. I don't think I just don't want to be a part of. Like I would probably do it if I got paid more. You know what I mean? And they're not doing that. They're not going to pay you more, at least at this point. They should leaving your home for that amount, any amount of time. You should be compensated more. So if they did that, I would go, but I'm just not invested. You know what I mean? I've just experienced on the corporate side, my experience hasn't been good. So I kind of just, you know what I mean? I'm not invested. But I get my job done. You know what I mean? My managers, I'm not one who's, like a rebel against management. Nah, management, I think I have a pretty good manager at the right now. So it's not that, you know what I mean? The people, cool, solid. I'm sure there's some bad apples, but I don't talk to, you feel me? So I wouldn't know, but um, that's because my site's pretty crazy to where I was never able to, you know what I mean, conversate and all that stuff because literally it's like every minute for 12 hours, literally. You feel me? I had stuff I had to do, so really couldn't enjoy that part. So, but it's not the people. Like I'm saying, I think it's just the position I don't like. So maybe that's probably why I don't think I'm gonna ever experience that traveling part, even though it was available. Icy Lambo says, "Would you ever get a CDL?" I mean, I would just because, but I think that area is going to be affected as well. I don't think that's a safe area. You know what I mean? Like what I was thinking about investing my time into getting was certified in HVAC and or electrician. That is something I think would be more. I would see a greater return on in the long run. I think that'd be a greater investment than a CDL. That's just my opinion. I'm not sure. I haven't really paid attention to the trucking industry, but if we continue, I mean, if we just, you know what I mean? We just look at um, the basics and the basics, you know me, of the industry of trucking. Gas is the bottom, you know what I mean? Like, I think that might go up. We got these tariffs or whatever that might come into play. I just think that it's a lot of things that could be affecting that industry on the long run, not even too long, far away, but that I think for me, I think it'd probably be a better move in HVAC or electrician. But like I'm saying, I haven't dove in to really deep dive the information. That's just a surface level glance. You know what I mean? So CDL, I wouldn't be against it because even if it's something I can do locally, you know what I mean? I wouldn't be against that. I think it's better to be over prepared. I'd rather be more prepared instead of under prepared. You know what I mean? I'd rather have a CDL than not have one. You feel me? So, I wouldn't be against it. You said, and drive the trucks for Amazon? No, no, no. Driving trucks for Amazon? Nah. Amazon's the same. That's one thing about Amazon, and it's not a bad. You know what I mean? It's just you. I Nah, nah. I wouldn't want to drive trucks for Amazon because I can only imagine. I've been in the warehouse. I've been on the corporate. It's pressure everywhere. I loved it in the warehouse just because the warehouse is different. pressure as a driver, what does that even look like? What does that feel like? I'm sure it doesn't feel good. So, nah, I would not want to be a driver for Amazon. And I know nothing about it. Maybe it's a great experience, but nah, I'm cool. But I think a CDL would be pretty cool. But if I got tired of corporate warehouse, when it came to CDL, I would probably just try to drive for another company. You know what I mean? I don't think I would want to drive for Amazon. Shout out to Design though. It's not like, I'm not against y'all know me, you know what I mean? But especially starting new as well, being like coming on as a new driver, I don't know. But the flip side, I always try to look at all sides. I'm pretty sure I would think their stuff would be their trucks would be operable, you feel me, and not falling apart. And if they are falling apart, they would be replaced because I believe that is Amazon, right? The trucks. See, Amazon deliveries, not Amazon. They partner with these third-party companies. I'm not sure if it's like that with these CDLs. I don't think so. I could be wrong though. I've never looked into that. If they're the third-party companies, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because I've done delivery. So I just I mean, negative. I would not want to do that. Now, if Amazon trucking is Amazon, I think it'd be official. I think it would be safer than most companies. You know what I mean? I think they would because they'll be liable. You know what I mean? They're a ginormous company and they'll be liable. I've never looked into that though. So I don't know if they're Amazon, I probably would. No, 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 I wouldn't. I wouldn't just because the workload will probably be crazy, but they'll probably pay you. You know what I mean? I don't know. I never looked into it though. That's a good question though. What up, Pat? What up, Pat the gamer? What up, though? Listen, if y'all ain't hit that like button, hit that like button. If y'all haven't hit it yet, where we at on the likes? How's the stock? Has the stock came back up? I know there was fear mongering on that a few weeks, like a week ago, a few weeks ago. I don't know what it's looking like now. What? Amazon workers stuck on warehouse machinery is rescued by Sacramento firefighters. That's deep. Oh man, he suffered some minor injuries. Okay. Rescue. Solidarity. Amazon faces legal compliant to refuse and negotiate with the union in San Francisco workers. All right, my bad, y'all. I just want to check that. All right. You hope they're okay. Yeah, it looks like they had just minor injuries. But yeah. So what's the word, man? What's good with everybody? Where are we going tonight? What are we talking about? We have 45 minutes. So we got some time. I'm probably put up 2 hours a night. I think that'd be cool. Think that'd be good. I was over here looking at these articles. They have some interesting stuff. You guys maxed out on your raises over there? Or capped out? Have you guys capped out on your raises? Oh wow. Amazon workers force temporary shutdown at JFK 8. Yeah, there's some stuff going on. Employees 2 days ago, Amazon employees started fires in the bathroom at Amazon. Why we do that? I mean, why are we starting fires in an Amazon bathroom in the warehouse? I think I'm going to open that one to see. I'm interested. I'm invested. You feel me? They got me at the title. The press release is by Patch. Never heard of them in my life, but I'm invested. Sounds like a story I would like to know what was going on in their mind. That's crazy. Like you're automatically asking them first off to be fired and then to go to jail. Like, did you think do people think they'll get away with that? That's pretty crazy. starting a fire. Yo, that's New York in the snow. That look crazy. Jeez. That's deep. Yeah, I think I'm gonna open this thing. Any VT? I'm working VT. That's a fact. What y'all? How y'all doing? Y'all working VT out there? I'm working some VT this week, next week, the week after, so on and so forth. You feel me? Your boy SB collecting. Living the life. That's what's up. That's what's up. Good to hear, Big Pat. Anyone watch Sinners yet? No, ma'am. You feel me? That is not on my watch list. I've seen a lot of people talking about it. I don't even know. It looked a little too left. You look a little bit too much on the left hand path for me. You know what I mean? But I maybe I should watch the trailer. But I don't think I'm gonna be watching it. You know what I mean? But I think we had some people in here last week who said that I think they saw it or they wanted to see it. Looked a little too much for me. You feel me? A little too much for me. That the gamer said about to be maxed out next month, 3 years. Okay. Pat over here maxed out on his pay. That's what's up. Well, hopefully, you know what I mean. What you gonna do at that point once you max out? Mercy says, nope, VT heaven here, Sally. Oh, VTO. Oh, got you. Man, that's deep. Well, hopefully some VT comes. Hopefully these prices don't go up. I haven't heard that. I've seen a few videos like, oh, this is gonna happen to Amazon, but I really didn't look into it because it's like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Hold on, let me pull this up though. I'm gonna open this press release. An 18-year-old starting a fire at the Zon in the warehouse. That's pretty deep. Let's see what they talking about. Video reveals who set the bathroom on fire. Oh, they putting the face out there. Why are they putting the face out there? Because it seems like they don't be doing that sometimes. 18 pounds of horse tranquilizer seized by who? It's some way out stuff going on, y'all. They said they released the face of them or whatever. Where's it at? Video reveals who set bathroom fires at suburban Amazon facility. The 3 fires were set late Monday night. What I say? What we call the night shift? What I call it? I can't even say it. I call it spooky hours. But then Kendrick and all them start talking about spooky in their songs, so people be thinking I'm talking about them now. Like, bro, we was talking about spooky over here way before they even said that. You feel me? What? Tripping. I didn't yawn, did I? Always yawning at the hour mark. That was fairly spot on. I don't remember. I just yawned. That's scary. I don't even remember that. Look for your next promotion once you max out. That's what's up. 57 hours this week. Woo. That's what I'm talking about, Pat. I think I know I didn't max out. I was just about to max out and then I ended up leaving. But I think I would have stayed there just to, you know what I mean, to sit there for like probably 6 months to just OT. Because then where do you go? You feel me? Once you're that I was a tier 3 in PA. There was really nowhere else to go except maybe like a learning coordinator, but that was like you know what I mean? It wasn't too many openings for that. So that was my plan, was just gonna be there and milk it, you feel me, and just max out overtime and all that with the max out pay, and then kind of, I guess go from there. But I ended up doing what you said and just getting that promotion and went hourly, L4 hourly. All right, so this is Illinois, I guess. An 18-year-old worker at this Amazon facility faces attempted arson charges. And they said multiple bathrooms. So was it the same person, a group? I wonder why. All right, let me just read the article. Facility faces this should be a vlog right here. Well, all right, let me read. Faces attempted arson charges after police said he set 3 fires inside the facility Monday night. And around 8:30 p.m., April 21st, what is that? Money? You feel me? It ain't money, but it looked like it. Fire was dispatched to 3 separate fires at the Amazon facility center. Upon arrival, three small fires were quickly extinguished. The investigators determined the fires to be intentionally set. Police said Tuesday. The state fire marshal and fire investigation team were contacted along with the police detectives. All 3 fires were set in the bathrooms. The facility was evacuated pending investigation. A review of surveillance video identified an employee who was in the area of all 3 fires, which were set on different floors. My dude thought he was the Joker. You feel me? He thought he was the Joker. He over here thinking he the Joker, trying to burn down the building. That's crazy. That's wild. Y'all ever just be thinking like what people be thinking in these situations? Like, did you think you were gonna get away? Was it your intent to burn down the building with all these humans here? You know what I mean? That's pretty deep. A review of this. Did you not think they were videos there? You know what I mean? Like, that's deep. A review of the surveillance video identified an employee who was in the area of all 3 fires, which is on different floors. My dude was on a mission. He went from 3rd floor, run down the stairs, 2nd floor. Like, that's deep. That's deep. That's scary though. All right. Police said while investigators processed the scene, pictures of the suspect were passed to police, who started looking for the person in the crowd in the parking lot. So he lit the fires and stayed there. Well, I guess it's better that he just stayed there instead of the cops going up to his house. We started looking for the person in the crowd. But see, this is why. Listen, people gonna tell. You feel me? Like, you can't just be out here doing stuff, committing crimes. It was him. It was him. Hold on. Here's his Instagram right here. That's him. Screenshot. That's him. He went over there. Like, yo, they said people was passing out pictures. How did they get pictures of this dude in the warehouse that he just flamed up? How? This is crazy. Pictures of the suspect were passed to the police. Excuse me, sir. Come here, sir. Here he is, right here. He's right over there. Yo, that's deep. How did they get pictures? That's deep. All right, my bad. All right, pictures of the suspects were passed to the police, who started looking for the person in the crowd. How did they get pictures? And the crowd is still here. This is the same day. In the parking lot at around 11 p.m., police said, "Oh man, Elijah Fields, Faco, 18, was identified as a suspect and arrested. He is charged with attempted arson." That's deep. I thought they said it was a video. Video reveals. Well, who the video? I want to see this video. Don't y'all want to see the video? All right, let me see if y'all post anything. All right. Let me read your last comments real quick. I've decided to work all the VET available before it dries up. Facts. I'm on the same mission, fam. I'm on the same thing. And I don't even like the job that I do. I don't even like what I do, but I'm working that overtime as well while the OT is still there. You know what I mean? Just in case it does dry up, it's like, man, we got to get it while it's hot, you know? Bro, they be having a lot of commercials nowadays. All right. I'm trying to get it while it's hot, fam. I'm with you, M. Bright. Collect. But be sure to get your rest too. I'll be getting my rest as well. So be sure to get your rest. Be sure to drink that water. Stay hydrated. Get that off the screen. All right. Been on OT since January. Same, fam. I've been on as well. Let's get it though. Icy Lambo says, thought he was the Joker. Oh, yep. He's a big joke for sure. Shake my head. Ridiculous. People think they're invincible. I mean, I wonder though. You feel me? Like, I wonder why. You know what I mean? Why? Why did you do that? I'm sure it had to be. I would think it's a reason. You know what I mean? Like, was there conflict with him in management? Did somebody, you know what I mean? Did he get it right? You know, like I don't know. I would love to know like why he did that. What drove you to do this? You know, like it could have been a possibility, like half the building could have burned up or something. Like, what if that would have happened? You know what I mean? I don't know. I really would like to know what drove him to do that. Let me see if there's a video. That's deep though. Like fire, arson. Like that's lives could have been at risk easily. Trying to what's this thing? Like that ain't attempted murder? You feel me? Like a warehouse full of humans? Nah. All right. You know what I mean? I want to see what the suspect look like now. You feel me? Like, yeah, I mean, like who's this? What? Start watching videos. Oh, okay. We about to see who this is, y'all. I'm about to pull it up. Yeah, we got to see this. We got to see this. Um, where's it at? It should be. It says it only happened 2 days ago. I'm not seeing it on YouTube though. I was trying to find like some video footage. Amazon forced employees to work. Nah, that's not it. I don't see it on here. Why am I not logged into this thing? That's weird. Hmm. This week, let's see. My bad, y'all. I was trying to see if this. No results. All right. Well, I was trying to find that video that they talking about of the suspect and who did it, who did set the fires, but I'm not seeing anything. Yeah, nothing for it. All right. Well, there goes that. All right, my bad. Let me go back onto this. Remove. Yeah, but listen, if you feel me, don't. That's probably not the smartest thing to do. You know what I mean? Starting fires at your job, anytime, any kind of destruction to work property. That's a you feel me? That's like an automatic. Not even just an Amazon. I don't know Amazon's rules on that, but I'm sure you feel me. Like you're out of there doing some stuff like that. Any job though, like I never got that why people would do certain things like that at work where you're getting your check from. I never understood that. I never understood that. But like I said, remember how I said we gonna, that's and this is what makes me interested in why he did it, because how I said we're gonna see things like this is new times. This is a new work. What's it's like we're gonna see new things in the workplace due to outside pressures. You know what I mean? We're gonna see people cracking more. I've been seeing it. I'm sure I don't know if you guys have been seeing it. There's been people just doing crazy stuff, losing it. And I think that's gonna spill into the workplace. So that's why I kind of was like, yo, why did he do this? You know what I mean? I wonder if that was one of those cases or what happened. Mm-mm-mm. But the workplace is not for no damage, no fighting. I'm telling you, especially not in this time, y'all. Like trying to go out there and find a job, especially entry level, as easy as Amazon that's gonna pay you what they pay you, is just why even put yourself in that why put yourself in that situation? Like that's not that's not it. But people make their choices. People make their choices, you dig? Man, I try to search again. There's nothing on this thing. All right. Anyways, all right, I'll leave that alone. All right, I'm back, y'all. All right, what's good? What we talking about? We got like, I'll probably stay on. Honestly, I'll probably stay on for like 20 more minutes tonight, you guys, and then hop off. We got how many? All right, so everybody who's tuned in, if you haven't hit that like button yet, hit that like button. Y'all know, well, if you don't know, it helps the video out. Definitely appreciate that. That's good though. I remember when I used to like check the Amazon updates and news and stuff, it would be a lot more crazier stuff. It seemed like going on. It seemed like maybe they're not maybe it's not getting reported as much. Maybe that could be the case, but it seems like it's kind of chill. Like we ain't seeing as much craziness out there. Honestly, and then on the corporate side, I think that's one of the dope things about the corporate side. Well, not dope, but I guess that's one of the good things. I haven't seen any drama really on the corporate side. Compared to the warehouse, it seems like the drama is like 100 times more at the warehouse. Literally, I haven't seen any drama on the corporate side. Now that I think about it, not one fight. I ain't seen an argument. I ain't seen no scandals. Now I've heard whispers. You feel me? For some reason, I don't even be talking to people like that, but people still come telling me, "Hey, Charles, whispering, telling me people's secrets." It's like, bruh, I'm like, but I'll be, you know what I mean? It's just like I don't put my, So, but that is one thing that's pretty dope about the corporate side. It seems like it's way less drama. Then again, I am on day shift, so I don't know about night shift. I don't know if that's the same thing. I ain't seen no fights in the parking lot. Haven't seen none of that, man. I can't lie. That's something I didn't even notice until right now. I haven't seen any type of drama on the corporate side. That's interesting. Compared to the warehouse side, it seems like at least you feel me. It was way more consistent. And I've been on the corporate side, what, 3 years now? And I was in the warehouse about 2.5 years. And comparison wise, there's no comparison. It's like 100% warehouse and 0% on the corporate side. That's pretty interesting. So I guess that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope for people who love to be drama free. Seem like drama free is on the corporate side. In my experience, though, I'm pretty sure there's other people who had different experience. But we got people on. Y'all gonna ask some questions or what? No, we'll probably wrap it up right there, man. We hit an hour tonight, so that's good. I didn't even think I was gonna hop on tonight, but we did. So we'll probably wrap it up there, y'all. Who we have in the building? We had Icy, we had Pat, we had M Bright, we had Mercy, we had the other Mercy. You feel me? Lacey Lambo, Double Down, Messi, Soldier, David. Am I missing anybody? Everybody that's tuned in. Yeah, that's about everybody. Mostly everybody that tuned in. Pat, what you say? We need to hit what? We need to hit 3 hours again. Yeah, I'm thinking next stream will probably, you know what I mean? We'll do that next week. Mercy, you have a good one. Pat, have a good one. Who's Icy, have a good one. For sure. Yeah, we'll be on next Thursday at 7. A 24-hour stream. I think we should do that. I'm not even gonna lie. I think that'd be dope. I don't know how to do that. I mean, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, when should I? I don't know how to do that though. But I think that actually sounds pretty dope. I would try that. I ain't gonna lie. I think that'd be pretty dope. Now we'll probably start off at a 12-hour first. We'll start off at 12 hours, and then hit a 24-hour. That'd be pretty crazy. But all right, y'all. Man, hope everybody out there. Hope y'all have a blessed week, man. Y'all be safe out there. Stay out of trouble. No lighting, no bathrooms on fire. You feel me? No getting no nonsense on the job. Go out there, collect the check. You feel me? Balance, keep your mind right, keep your body right. And other than that, man, I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. It's your boy SB. Let's go. All right, y'all. I'm gonna catch you.